Let me use this. We have a compound like this. The suggestion is always to start with the longest chain, and then you will be able to add stuff to this longest chain. How many carbons would you have in the longest chain for this compound?
10.
10, that's correct. How do you know it's 10? Because you have this word here, deca, okay? So you know it's 10 carbons you're going to have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Now, you know, in the seventh carbon, you have a chloro. So 10, 9, 8, 7. This is a 7. Chlorine, chloro. There you go. Now, in the third carbon, you have a methyl. If this is the 7, then that means we started from here. 1, 2, 3. So here you have a methyl, which is CH3. All right. Now, in the carbons number 3 and carbon number 9, you have diene. What is that? What is that? Diene. Di means 2 and en means what? Hello?
I don't remember. I don't remember either.
You don't remember what is this? Double bond, man. That's a double bond. In. So in carbon number 3, I put a double bond. Wait, why did you put it there and not here? Because if it's here, that would be carbon number 2. Okay? So here and 9, which is here. And then 5 on. That means in carbon number 5, I have what?
A double bond. Oh.
Okay.
Oxygen, sorry.
That's not 1, okay? That's on. That's the good thing about English, that you can read a word and pronounce it in 2 different ways. Interesting. It's like the word, this word. How do you read this word?
Read, read.
Okay. Read and read, and it's the same word, but that's English. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you have a double bond with oxygen, and that makes it ketone. So this is what they ask you to do. Any questions before I move any further here? Any questions?
Are you trying to kill us?
Huh?
Are you trying to kill us?
I'm trying to make you better persons. Okay, I'm gonna do one more, and after that, I'm gonna let you go and give you some exercises like this for you to do. Okay? If you want, well, this is being recorded, so I'm pretty sure you will get it on the video. So let me get your next one. And this one, I really want to share it with you. Give me 1 second. Give me one second. Okay. Okay, look at this name. I'm trying to give you the hardest ones so that when you get the others, they look easy to you. Oops, this is supposed to be hexanal. So I missed the L here. Hexanal. There you go. Let me explain something to you. In chemistry, in organic chemistry, we have the priority of the functional groups. Let me put it here. Functional groups priority order. Yes, this. Okay, so this is what you have to name first. 1 second. I'm gonna share the screen so that we can understand the same thing. Oh boy, this doesn't want to load. Let me just pull it from here. Okay, there you go. Opening a new tab. And here you go. So the most important compounds in organic chemistry are the carboxylic acid, then the esters, then the acids, or halides, then the amides, and then aldehydes are more important than ketones, and more important than alcohols, and more important than anything you have down here. What does it mean? It means that if you have in the same compound an aldehyde and you have a ketone and you have an alcohol, you will name the compound as if it is an aldehyde. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I will repeat what I just said. If in the same compound you have an aldehyde, you have a ketone, and you have an alcohol, you will name the compound as if it is an aldehyde. So the ending for that compound is going to be al, and this is going to be named as a substituent. And this is the name that they receive when they are substituent, oxo. And the alcohol will also be named as a substituent. And this is going to be hydroxy. And now let me go back to the example that I have for you here. Look at this. We have 6-hydroxy. What is hydroxy?
An alcohol.
The alcohol functional group, hydroxy. What is an oxo?
Ketone.
The functional group for the ketone. And we have noticed that we have a ketone and an aldehyde, and we have an alcohol in the same compound. So let's do this. How many carbons will I have in this chain, in this long chain?
6.
6. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's start filling up this chain now. Let's put the attachments to it. 6-hydroxy, that means in the 6th carbon, I'm gonna have a hydroxy. This is the 6th carbon, so I'm gonna put here, what is the hydroxy? Hola. What is the hydroxy?
Alcohol.
No, it's OH. Alcohol is not just the functional group, it's the functional group and a chain attached to it. This is just the OH, the hydroxyl. Okay, in the 3rd carbon, I'm gonna have a methyl. So this is 6, 5, 4, 3, methyl. Everybody knows that methyl is CH3. And I'm doing this myself because after you'll have to do some like this. Then in the 5th carbon, you're gonna have an oxo. 3, 4, 5. The oxo comes here. If we just leave it like this would be a ketone. But we have something in the chain that is more important than the ketone and than the alcohol. And that's the al that we have here. Notice that here we don't have to say what is the number where the aldehyde is, because we'll always be in carbon number 1. So here I'm gonna have the functional group for the aldehyde, this. Wait, isn't this for the ketone? Yes, it's a ketone if it's in a secondary carbon, but when it's in a primary carbon, it's an aldehyde. So this is an aldehyde called hexanal. Isn't it a ketone? No, when you have ketones and aldehydes in the same chain, in the same compound, is the aldehyde that takes preference, it takes priority. The same thing with the alcohol. Among these 3 that we have here, the aldehyde is the most important. Okay, so these are going to be named just as substituent: hydroxy, oxo. If we have an aldehyde and a halogen, chloro, bromo, whatever. All right. Any questions before I move out? Because I'm gonna let you go so that you can have a little break.
Do you still call it a ketone if it's, what do you call it if it's connected to a tertiary carbon?
I'm sorry, repeat your question, please.
What do you call it if it's connected to a tertiary carbon?
It's still a ketone, but then here, for example, you will have a branch. If I put a branch here, this is your question, I'm pretty sure. If I have a carbon here, this is just going to be a ketone and a methyl attached to the same carbon. Okay? So it's still a ketone.
Okay.
That doesn't make it a different compound. It's just that you include the branch that you have here in the name. Okay, so for this name again, this is the compound. Question, answer my question. Do you want to do one of these here before I dismiss, or you prefer to do this on your own later and go to your break right now?
On my own later.
Okay, anybody needs to do it here before me so that I can assist you if you need any help? It's okay if you tell me, no, I'll do it later. I'll watch the video and do it later. Okay.
No, thank you.
Perfect. So I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna stop the recording.